This gonna run. You live on this one.
Alright, we running. So with my name is SHAHEED to leave, then he mad you in a second. B.K.A. knowledge. Here at the Mud Brother Studios, you know what I'm saying, and we want to just build, chop it up, talking about a lot of different things. My road to consciousness, the missing money, and just where we are as black people. So, you know, we're here, we're finna get started. You want to start with the questioning first, or you want me to
I mean, I'll just jump in the boat, jump off the boat, man,
right.
You know what I'm saying, and say, you know, what do you think about us missing all the money out of Haywood County?
I think it's a tragedy, but at the same time, we got to be more realistic than say that we're missing all the money, because something like that just don't happen. You get what I'm saying? And for me to go deeper is that if $3.5 million walk away out of a fund, and the mayor can't write a check, that's facts. When you in a position, president or a pastor or a CEO, you cannot, against it, according to rules of the IRS, you can't be able to finance it. So if $3.5 million walked away, then that's an inside job. You got to look at the account. You got to look at the bank that they was banking with. You see what I'm saying? Because all them folk control the money. See, that's why a lot of people didn't really realize when they said it was missing. What bank was they using? If they was using the bank, a Haywood bank, that's an inside job. You know what I mean? The accountant, she writing the checks. You see what I'm saying? And people that's over the finances. So when everybody was mad at the mayor, I thought deeper. Everybody got to remember, when he first got the job, the people who was running Haywood County finance team, they quit. Why would they quit? If some people said it was racial, was it really racial? Or did they knew time was going to pass and this shit was going to hit because they was over the finances, so they was able to cover it up? You know what I mean? They can wash it to the point, because when they call these auditors, they just handle the paperwork. But the auditors can't get the bank statements. The auditors can't go to the bank because somebody, you know what I mean? If they're going to audit the bank, the paperwork that's at downtown, that's all you can touch. But you can't go to these banks to see, is it really the money? So I'm thinking that they were stealing the money the whole time, washing it, and they was giving him papers, and he thinking he still had it. So he thinking he got $3.5 million, but it probably went up by $900,000 to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So when we look at stuff like that, then you got to look at what were they voting on. You know what I mean? They all voted no to bring anything in Brownville, but they voted yes to rebuild it. You know what I mean? To put asphalt on that shit that they doing around the corner, that's money. So where did that money come from? If we weren't getting them loans and the government wasn't sending no money. So all this stuff that he was doing to beautify, to set up for what's the work that they doing in Haywood County, folks got to understand. Jackson is coming this way. Shelby County is pushing this way. Shelby County almost got a fourth of Covington and Mason. You know what I mean? Oakland's sitting right there by Mason. I mean, Arlington. They pushing Shelby County all the way this way. So all this financial shit that we going through is a bigger picture, because whoever control the land, when them investors and them millionaires and them billionaires want to come down here and buy our shit, then whoever control the land get the biggest money. That's why I was telling folk, you got to watch what they trying to do to Joy Crown. Because what he was doing, Joy Crown was selling all the land. He's selling houses. And African American people are the ones that was buying that shit. So if you got a house, you know what I mean, you really can write your own check. You see what I'm saying? So if an investor wants the whole neighborhood and you own that house, and he come through how much you want, I got the right to negotiate a deal for myself. You see what I'm saying? So what they did was, and that they fired a plan, and you got to think about it. What dude named that was the mayor a couple years ago? Banks?
Banks, yeah.
Banks was fucking up like a motherfucker. Getting caught with cocaine, driving drunk, and money was coming up missing. But that financial team that he had, the one that quit on the mayor we got now, they knew how to wipe that shit under the table. You see what I'm saying? And then they, from October to December, they can go to the state and borrow up to $2.5 million. But they already let folk know that the mayor now, he didn't do it. So now it look like the money missing. The money really ain't missing. They always go to their reserve that you can get from the state. They just didn't do it this year. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's up to the financial team to remind the mayor, hey, we got to get this money. So if they didn't, then it's a setup. So now the whole time, like the motherfucking money missing. But how do we know that money was there for real? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So now he the fall guy. Because when they audit, they just gonna audit him.
What brought the missing money to the light?
Exactly. Because it was an anonymous tip.
That's crazy.
Let's just pause and just stop right there. An anonymous tip tipped off that Haywood missing money. Who knew that kind of function? Who knew that?
With knowledge.
Somebody wanted the team that was doing it.
Okay then. So then we already know that somebody tipped it off. Who exited? Who exited Haywood government right now?
That's crazy.
The county mayor. So when they come to audit the shit he was doing in the county, what's the easy way for you to get off? Come on, man. You tip another nigga off. So now all of a sudden, it looked like the black man is the thief.
Good for optics.
See what I'm saying? But the whole financial team who saved everybody else. Just think about it. We talking about it. What would it be his cause to steal when he got his own business outside of being a mayor? Raw's Funeral Home been kicking for years.
Yeah, they run the town.
They got money. What he stealing for? But if the plan has been over a long period of time, then it got to be a fall guy. Because you just can't go no 15, 20 years stealing money without something coming to the forefront. So they knew then that it was going to come to the forefront. Think about it. The man, second term, nobody ran against him. All these white folk, these prestigious individuals,
unopposed,
with God given talent to run something, decided not to run against the black. Think!
Fall guy.
Nobody wanted to run against him.
They knew it was in the cards.
Ware Banks, they got a son, he a lawyer. He didn't want to run. The guys, the white guys is running, trying to get the county mayor. Did nobody want to run against him? Why? Because they knew. Because B.K.A, the mayor, don't mean he connected out there at the country club. Because it's talks about Brownville outside of talks about Brownville. The real movers and shakers don't go downtown to talk. We're going to talk where we snort this cocaine, drink this whiskey, and we're going to talk Goodfellas. And then what we roll out, we tell them what we want. Because we the millionaires, it's our town. You the puppet. Nobody wanted to run against this man. A year or two later, and all of a sudden, $3.5 million.
They forecasted his demise, saying like.
And instead of us looking at the bigger picture, we zoned in on what they want us to zone in on. He got to steal the money. No, why he tipping out? Why the county mayor? You've been the county mayor what 10 years? A little bit less than that, a little bit longer than that. You done gave he was hotel rooms, buying cars for bitches, giving them money, paying light bills. He writing more checks than anybody in Brown. Now all of a sudden money come up missing. I can't take it. It's too much stress on me. Really? Same thing happened with the white boy in the Republican Party. Trump got in office, all that fucked up shit that they've been doing for 15, 20 years. What did he say he doing? I want to retire because I want to spend time with my children. He came up from kid damn near 17, 18. How much time you gonna spend? Just think about it. Your kids been graduating. How much time you really finna spend with a 17-year-old? It's just like when my son turned 17. We might go to a basketball game, catch a Grizzly game, but he really not gonna be fucking with me like that because he chasing hoes. Or he playing sports. Yeah. So how much time you really gonna spend with these motherfucking kids? But you already know that the FBI involved, and when our FBI involved, they finna look at everything. So now the TBI, which is the FBI, It's just the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. It's still offspring of the FBI. They finna come through Brownville and they gonna look at everything. All the motherfucking books. But they gonna start with from 2016 to now. But when they find out that the paperwork been fucked up all this time, since the 90s, since the 80s, then how we gonna feel then? But the design of the whole shit is to put the blame on the black man. Have y'all heard what these black folk been saying? Oh, you put a nigga in charge, nigga gonna fuck it up all the time. You do this, you do that. But the difference is the books were fucked up with the white man, more than were fucked up with the nigga. But guess what? White folk know how to shut their mouth about shit. White folk gonna cover it up. White folk know you fucking up. They're gonna have a secret meeting. They're gonna tell you been fucking up. But they're gonna cover your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, the team, man.
Now watch this. Black folk didn't fuck with B.K.A. Jr. because we felt like he was uppity. So we kind of stepped away from him. When we stepped away from him, we got him where he wanted to be. They used our votes to put the nigga in office. But they knew that we weren't going to support him once they make him realize he was the mayor. That's why I try to tell folk, when he became the mayor, they had a private dinner for B.K.A.'s. You remember when he was on Fairground when he won, they were partying. Everybody was throwing barbecues and shit. Then all of a sudden, they threw that motherfucking meeting for him out at the country club. He ain't been back to Fairground since. He ain't been on Scott. He ain't been in the neighborhood shaking hands. He been building motherfucking water, little shit downtown, and doing shit to beautify. But the problem is that when they seen us not back him fully, then they already knew, oh, we really finna get him straight. He finna take this. You don't think that they sat down and planned that shit out? Who gonna run against them? You know, white folk will throw a motherfucker in the wrench just to throw him in there. Yeah. Just to fuck up the vote. Just like when you had Dr. A say she was running for county mayor. And Shalondra Green said she was running. Then all of a sudden, they threw the dude who walking away, they threw her in, his daughter, they threw her in there. The other dudes started coming in. They knew that these folk that they was throwing in this motherfucking race didn't have a motherfucking fight in it. But they threw it in there just to dilute the votes. You got 2 black girls in this motherfucker, and it's 65% black of the vote. Then you know the majority of these votes finna go to these 2 niggas. So what you do to dilute the goddamn votes? You throw a couple more folk in the goddamn fight. Huh? You start a gossip. And then black folk listen to white folk. So you go in the gas station, white man just talking to you and telling you what he don't like about this candidate and this candidate and this candidate. Then when you go somewhere and y'all having this motherfucking discussion, because you ain't took the time to even read, write, or research, you finna regurgitate some shit you just heard another motherfucker say. So now all of a sudden, appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, we at this motherfucking predicament that you got damn near 6 people running for county mayor. You only know 2 of them. So when you go to the motherfucking polls, and then Shalonda Green ain't been there to talk to you, or Alangela Banks ain't been around to talk to you, or you ain't been to these things, or they ain't been on Facebook, or you ain't on Facebook like that because you too busy on Facebook, you looking at these big booty bitches, or you for watching a fight or some joking shit or playing. When it's time for you to hit the polls, you don't know who to vote for. So you click with either the top box or the bottom box. But your candidate is always going to be the 2nd or the 4th. Because they already know in school, if they tell you, if you don't know nothing, then automatically pick C.
Yeah. One in the middle.
See what I'm saying? But they taught you that at an early age. So if the candidate that they really want to win, they going to put them in the box where you systematically going to choose. But they didn't give you an opportunity to talk. Did y'all see how they did this candidacy shit? They took their ass all the way up there to Carver High. Right? They didn't announce it. The candidates didn't get on Facebook and announce it. So only certain people in the community was going to be there. Did you look at the crowd when they were talking? It was majority white folk. There wasn't no niggas in there. So these candidates was getting asked questions. And how they did it is that they put the candidates over there at the museum, at the carve them. So even the candidates couldn't even hear what the other candidates had to say.
That's crazy.
But that's why? If me and you, we all running together and you talk, I don't want to hear what you got to say. So that means I might need to come a little deeper. Or I might reroute what I'm saying. Because now, when they got up there, it looked like everybody was saying the same thing.
Yeah. You didn't have a chance to change your angle.
Put them all on the same playing field.
Yep.
Even though they really ain't.
You get what I'm saying? Now the early voting shit. That's why I was out there yesterday. A lot of folks didn't even know what I was out there doing. I started walking up to motherfuckers and was interviewing them. Raw. Why? Because a motherfucker might not fuck with Shaheed. Tough. But after my video go off, you gonna push play on that motherfucker. You might not really like me like everybody else might like me. But when it's nighttime and ain't nobody watching you and I got a live, you gonna go listen to this shit. You give a fuck who on you on some real shit. Yeah. You gonna listen to it. So that's why I said, you know what, fuck the dumb shit. I'm gonna go out here. I started seeing Mitch, Shalondra, Harrison, the two folk that was with the white folk, but they was more down. And I'm sitting here like, oh, they slick. Not one time did anybody in the community get a chance to ask these motherfuckers a question. So they really playing you dumb. All of these goddamn things in Brown Josh were up. And they made it to a point where it wasn't even community based. You want to know about it? We want to see if you're going to know about it, because we're going to hide it. Yeah. The only thing you're going to do is go in there and hit this box. So what I do, I start walking around, going up to the sheriff. Can I ask you a question? What you gonna bring to the community? The white dude, he was doing it, but he was shocked because ain't nobody said that. I asked him, was you gonna be fair? Oh yeah, we're gonna be down the books. But I was finna say, was you like you was in Memphis? See, the white dude that they got interim sheriff used to work in Memphis. But years ago, everybody don't pay attention. Y'all remember they had them goddamn lawsuits and they were doing complaints that the motherfucking sheriff department in Memphis was illegally stopping folk, illegally searching shit, kick those, and who the motherfucker that he was involved in that shit. So that's why I was like, okay, so they want you sheriff. But we already know how you playing. And then we know the shit that's kicking down from Washington is straight racism. You know, Trump got everybody on some bullshit. So now we're going to put you in the motherfucking chair and we already know what you stand for. So I'm showing folk, man, look, y'all sitting at the crib bullshit. Yeah. Let's get involved. I went to every last one of them. Dr. A wasn't there. The woman who was running for sheriff, she wasn't there. But all the rest of them, I talked to them. Gave them an opportunity to say something that they couldn't say to nobody else. The only thing I didn't get involved in, which I should have asked them, what you feel about this money? The most three major components to a town is the county mayor, the city mayor, and the sheriff. If all of these three become African American, and your community is really African American, this becomes Chocolate City. Think about it. If the folk who run this motherfucker becomes black, with the majority rule or the majority vote is black, you know what that do for any other town? A lot of folk in Brown don't even know the history of Haywood County. Do we know that Crockett County was one part of Haywood County? That Lauderdale County was one part of Haywood County? Haywood County was really one of the most largest counties around here in the early 1900s. This is prime real estate. And the white folk know it. Put that on low. You get what I'm saying? So the money thing that we talking about, or the money thing that's missing, it was never about the money. It was never about the money. For niggas, Folk need to realize it was never about the money. I stressed it all the time. It wasn't about the money. Tarnish his name. Because now, the county mayor and the city mayor, they don't run at the same time. So whoever get the county mayor spot, okay, they in there. So now we're gonna throw a monkey wrench in the game when it's time to really vote for a new mayor. And then they really put the candidate they want. But they want to see, are we catching on to what they doing behind the motherfucking scenes? It's easy to close the curtain when you don't know what the hell going on behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? They dangling it. To the point where you ain't never rolled downtown Brownsville and not seen Bill Ross. He's somewhere. Since they came out, man, you can't even find him. And you got all this, the aldermen getting on the motherfucking news and talking about they don't know what's going on. How you not? And you in the meeting. When they had that goddamn emergency meeting, all the aldermen came to the meeting. You know exactly what the fuck. Why you didn't take up for the man and say, you know what? I don't want to make no statement until after the investigation.
Gather your facts.
Come together. What we finna do? Do we got enough money in the reserve that we can stretch the payments out to October 1st? Because October 1st they can put in, and to get the money, it's guaranteed approved. They just want to know, do you really need it at that time? So then, boom, that's 2.5 million that they gonna give you, and then you can pay your officers and you do your shit like that. Do we got enough to stretch it out to them? But what they did was, they already know about it. They don't think these motherfuckers ain't been plotting. They already know how it's gonna go till we can get to October 1st. The problem is that they trying to see how many of them we can hang. How many of them we can tattoo. See what I'm saying? And then if that's the case, when they get to maneuvering and snatching people out of position, us gonna vote the way they vote. Because they already put it in our mind that nigga can't hold no position. I was reading, just going up and down Facebook when they was sharing the nigga picture in that the news shit, and that's all you heard was, black man can't do this. I knew he was gonna fuck up. Cocaine snout ass nigga. Just, you know, down in the nigga. And I'm sitting there like, man, come on, man. Y'all don't even know.
Team effort for one.
The alderman should have been up there. The accountant should have been up there. The secretary. The treasurer. All y'all motherfuckers in trouble. But they didn't put them out there. They put the black man. And then they said to have a mandatory raising of the percentage of 44%. When you raise that shit up, they raise up everything. So the land, the buying of land costs. Why would they want to raise the land costs? That's what made me think, what the fuck? And then when I thought about it, a motherfucker ain't sold a house in Haywood County since Joy got on the motherfucking road. Think about it. You went to seeing that Joy County sign in 1 or 2 yards. This shit, the man all the way in Jackson with this shit.
Yeah, they've been getting it.
Every motherfucking week, you see a new picture of somebody smiling like a motherfucker with a house that you didn't even know was on for sale.
Yeah, definitely. He been on. I will say that 100%.
I did. So he's selling up the property. Houses in neighborhoods that normally they could buy just to rent them out.
He been selling all over.
Exactly. So if I'm a person that buy houses just for the rent money, and he's sitting right over there showing them because he went through the books and took the training, so he know when they getting over and Joy County can take a motherfucker with bad credit and you can buy a house. And he gonna get you on a set interest rate, so the shit won't go, you paying $500 a month this month to $1,000 this month. He ain't gonna set you on that. He gonna set it with it straight across. He been selling, I'm talking about the boy been selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, about 2 years, about 2 or 3 years.
So how can you stop the flow of that? Because before him, who was running the market scene? that white woman. And her firm was running the market scene in Brownsville.
Oh yeah, sure was. Yeah.
She was running it.
Yeah.
He done pushed her smooth out the way. It's to the point they gotta call him to sell her houses. So what's the plan? We gotta stop this. Why? Because we already know that the plan is to make Haywood County look just like Arlington, and look just like Oakland, just like Atoka, all them small towns just blossoming. To the point that they in a couple more years, they finna redo 51 in Ripley to bring in more shit.
It's a money maker.
The next motherfucking town to Jackson. And Jackson coming this way. That's why they put remember they were talking about the new mall, then they changed the new mall and they gave you the columns. Why did they do the columns? Because they knew that 40. The plan is from 40, from Nashville all the way into Memphis, they want that shit to look just the same. Nothing but local businesses, Walmarts. Was sitting right in the midst of that.
Haywood County.
Every other city tied into a big city. Every other one. Covington run right into Millington. To the point where you don't even know you in Millington till you get in Millington. You see what I'm saying? All this shit running into each other. You got Oakland and Arlington. It's connected right to Bartlett. And if you didn't know no better, you will be in motherfucking in Oakland and hit a 2-minute ride. You right there in Bartlett. So all this shit tied into each other. What we finna be tied into? Jackson. And they gonna tie us right into that thing right there in Covington, where you can get off and it just take you into Mason. They start redoing that bridge. You go down to the next exit, that motherfucking bridge right there, they done built the motherfucker up till it become a 3-4 lane highway leading into Memphis. We thinking they just fixing the goddamn roadway. These folk got a bigger plan. Want to know how I know? Go to Nashville. When you first get in Nashville, till you get to damn near out of Murfreesboro, all that shit look the same, to the point where you don't even know where you at till you look at the sign. All that shit when we first was coming into Covington, that shit was country. You remember that shit? That shit was country roads. You see how that shit look now? You don't even know what Nashville began in, because all that shit on the outside. Lebanon and all that shit starting to look like one big ass city. Spreading the horizon of the city. Spread the reach. They want to do the same thing with Jackson. Denmark, all that shit coming this way. Beautified. More factories, more stores. They already know what they want to do. But in order for them to do it, somebody got to be over the money. Somebody got to control the land. So if you got a nigga like Joy Crowner selling up all the land, a lot of folk don't even know it. I had to talk to a dude in Stanton who owned the market in Stanton. You see what I'm saying? And he told it, just came out to black guy. He said, man, we got to do something. What you talking about? Just a small little conversation. He said, man, we got folk from Memphis, from Chicago, New York. They come and stand buying land. And he's like, oh, I guess they build it, want to retire. And I'm sitting there, motherfucker, I don't niggas from New York, New Chicago, just buying some shit. And they ain't like they buying an acre, 2. They buying this shit up in bulk. What the plan is? We sitting around here bullshitting, and these motherfuckers done rushed out to some folk with some money.
Then turn it into commercial property.
Huh? That's the same thing that happened to Arlington. Remember, Arlington was like a 2-horse town. You go in there, get that small little gas station, that small little square, which ain't one number but a block. Yep. And they had the same thing. Motherfuckers coming there buying up land. And everybody that stayed in Arlington didn't know what was happening. Till they looked out there and by the interstate, all them big ass houses started jumping up. Yep. When they start putting them big ass houses up,
385.
If you take the back way, you'll see the shit.
You see some big houses back that way.
Huge.
Huge.
Headed clean off into the countryside.
Yep.
And the folk that's in the country who been out there 20 years. How you feel if you sit here with this small ass motherfucking house, bonds and shit, and you look right across the goddamn road and these motherfuckers sitting up with $300,000-$400,000 houses? What they gonna make you do? Make you sell your motherfucking land so you can get one of them. And it spread. That gentrification of motherfuckers. And we under it. The problem is that in order to for gentrification to start, you gotta have a primary money source.
Land.
What they throw out there with them satellite things out there?
The solar field thing
That bring money.
on 40.
Now question, ask yourself this. They didn't tell you what it was power.
It's a lot of them out there holding.
And they own. What they powering though?
Right.
Where's the power that they getting from the sun? Where they putting it at?
Yeah.
You could be a fool or a damn fool. But what is getting ready to power? So if they gentrify that motherfucker and build all that shit up and get ready to build them motherfucking Walmarts and all that old shit, what's the best way to save some money?
That's solar power.
Why they throw it there first? So if I'm an investor and I want to build my own community of homes,
Looking at where the source of power is.
how can I do it without burning gas or burning this and burning that? I want somebody to tell you, oh, we can pay, we'll make sure that you can build what you got. How? We got these solar panels out here.
We going green.
Think about it. They threw this motherfucking shit in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know what it's connected to. In the middle of nowhere. No houses, no stores, no nothing.
But they got them.
Hey.
So if you throw some shit like that in the middle of nowhere and you got motherfucking investors from Chicago and New York start buying up and shit in Stanton, which Stanton ain't nothing but 5-10 minutes away from that solar panel power shit or that solar panel plate, then what the fuck you think going on? Y'all remember they put that one going down 19, that big ass solar panel plate that they were talking about was gonna be hiring, and then all of a sudden you stop hearing about the motherfucker. But if you ride through that motherfucker at 10, 11 at night, that motherfucker lighting up the sky. And you don't know what they working on in that motherfucker.
I don't even know what they do.
Exactly. What they making. What they getting ready to put.
I don't even know nobody work there.
Exactly. Only motherfucker I knew that was walk dog in that time, but they was working security. But you remember, they was bringing in all them folk from out of town when they was building to run it. Them same motherfucker that was contracting to run that motherfucker, they still run it today. They ain't hired a nan nigga off the street. What they get ready to do right here in Haywood County? We sitting around here bullshit. So the kicker to throw us off of what's really finna happen is $3.5 million been making.
A little distraction.
You don't know how much money they made with that goddamn solar shit right there in Stanton. They've been on for 4-5 years, sucking up nothing but power. The motherfucker could have been giving power to Haywood County the whole motherfucking time. And they just making you pay shit. Because guess what? When the last time you seen a meter maid come by the crib? Come on, man. When the last time you seen that meter maid truck pull up at the crib and a motherfucker get out and look at it?
Yeah, been a minute.
Then they lied that one time talking about, oh, they got a gun. But you still got the same box on your house that you had in 1992. What's really going on around here? To the point we sitting around here arguing over some money that we really don't know is missing. Because we don't even know if it was there in the first place. Who we really covering up for? What's the real motherfucking plan? Where we headed? What direction they want to take Haywood County? You see what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When it comes to West Tennessee, outside of Memphis, outside of Jackson, and outside of Dyersburg, the next best thing is Haywood. All the land we got in its stretch, it's still right there on Interstate 40. We can rebuild it up. It's connected right to what we need it, B. Why the fuck is they rebuilding the goddamn exit over there by McDonald's? Y'all remember a couple, they just started, we didn't know, they didn't put it in the motherfucking news. It wasn't in the newspaper that they was gonna work on it. Next thing you know, they just started drilling and putting up shit to widen the motherfucking road. What they widening up these roads for? And every exit, it's the same motherfucking thing. To the point where the motherfuckers in Covington look like you in the city. Over there, that little chicken place, what the 18-wheelers going, that motherfucking exit right there looks cityfied. You look like you look like you in Nashville. Let's just keep it real. Yeah. And that shit had in what they got down the area back there. God damn it. Some Macedon. That little exit right there. It's beautified. What is behind the scenes? Who pockets getting touched? To the point that they don't want to let nobody know that right now is the perfect time to buy land in Lauderdale County, Haywood County.
They did, what was that, Exit 42 pilot? They redid that. Yeah, they redid the whole thing.
What you think they did? We did that for? Well, no wrong with it. But if the plan is to build these motherfucking condos, when Barack Obama left office, what did he do? He put that thing in plan where you can get to the point where they fixed it where the land tax will be at a set rate. So it made it better for people who buying land because the rate was gonna be low. I mean the rate was gonna be low. You see what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you start seeing motherfucking farmland turn into this, farmland turn into that. Right off these interstates. Arlington, Lakeland, to the point where you couldn't even tell the difference between Lakeland and Arlington. All that shit is a bigger plan because they want to connect this shit running all the way from 40 from Memphis. When you come from Memphis, they want that motherfucker to look beautified till you shoot your ass clean up in Nashville. In order for that to happen, somebody got to get rich. Somebody got to control something. They weren't throwing solar plants and doing all this old shit just because it looked nice. It's a bigger fucking picture. And somebody pockets getting touched. So what's the way that we can handle it? Because we can't have no nigga as no mayor when we roll out the big plan, the red carpet shit. It's just like being at a fireworks show. You know, a couple of them jumps be nice, but that finale motherfucker.
Spend the money on that.
So who gonna control the finale? Then they was throwing little shit that folk won't pay attention. With the habit, let's make Haywood Metro. What? That's the same government that Nashville got. That's the same government they got in Memphis. Why you want to do it in a small town so small? Do you plan on being in a small town? Or do you plan on connecting all this shit together? Y'all remember a couple years ago they were talking about adding Haywood to the 901 zone. Y'all forgot about that shit? What they want to do that for? What they trying to prove? What we really connected? But if we connected motherfucking dot, that's the same reason why they tried that shit with Mayor Harrington. Remember they were talking about all the money was coming up missing and this and that and miscellaneous funds and all of those shit, and they come to find out it was just the motherfucker who was doing the books wrong on purpose. How we know that ain't what's going on in Haywood?
Man.
Come on, give me the next question. Just roll.
Man, I don't even know, man. After that one, boy. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think we just blaming him, though? The mayor.
Niggas trying to blame niggas. Niggas is trained to blame niggas. You tell me when a nigga ain't been to blame.
Do he deserve a second chance?
You goddamn right he do. Hell yeah he do. Hell yeah. You wanna know why? How many times they done called Whale Banks drunk?
True.
How many times he done ran over mailboxes and they had to call in, somebody come on help us, we gotta get way up to that. How many times did we caught that? Let's just keep it real. How many times these motherfuckers that got caught in goddamn hotels, snorting cocaine, getting high rock parties that was in mayor position, county mayor? How many times we done caught that shit in Haywood? How many times they got reelected? Now all of a sudden nigga make one mistake.
Supposedly.
And now we talking about fuck him. No, we gotta get his ass out of there. You didn't get Banks out of there. So why we gonna do it? But what he do wrong though? Okay, one thing. But if we put the rights and wrongs together, his good gonna outweigh his bad. The only thing we gotta do is just tell him he need to get a motherfucker that know what they doing as far as book wise, and they need to get somebody in there to say no. You don't need no yes man in that position. He need a motherfucker sitting there and he coming there, oh, I got a bright idea. No, hell no. No. It ain't in the budget for that. wait till next quarter. You know what I mean? He needs that type of motherfucker. Well, let's do this. And he said, well, we got nothing but 50,000. But this coming up, so nah. He need that. But he'll go in there with an idea that somebody come up with an idea and everybody around and tell, oh, that's a good motherfucker idea. They just don't feel it. The motherfucker cost them that 300,000. But you didn't say yeah and wrote the shit out. They didn't went in there and hit the check and sent it off. Now you rebuild or some shit, but you should have saved that motherfucker money for another quarter. You name one motherfucker that was in this cab other than Avery Hall. The Reverend pastor who the pastor now who agreed to sell whiskey.
Here we go.
On Sunday. And he was the first one to vote it. What you think about the liquor sale on Sunday? Hell yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mouth got water than a motherfucker. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. Avery Hall knew what the fuck he was doing.